How's everyone doing today? This is an amazing event. There we go. Now we'll get along very well. I am so excited to be here because I have spent 2 decades in finance. Yes, I'm only 25 too, so it's pretty amazing that that happens. And I've been involved with more than $1 billion in capital raises as an investor, as an entrepreneur, and as an advisor. So I know how challenging this can be. And I also know that there are some very unique challenges that women face. But we're going to take care of that today with my amazing panel. Alicia, I want to go to you and talk about if you have a VC fundable business, we want to make sure that an entrepreneur is as successful as possible.
Sure.
So from your perspective, what are some of the mistakes that entrepreneurs, and particularly women entrepreneurs, make when they're going out for funding, whether it's the business plan, whether it's the pitching or otherwise?
Sure. So I think that there are 2 things that I would talk about. One is probably from the qualitative front, and I should say in my portfolio I've invested in half women entrepreneurs, and so I work a lot with women, and I think that they constantly undersell themselves.
Good evening, or depending on where you are in the world, good morning or good afternoon. I am Carol Roth, an entrepreneur, small business advocate, and on-air contributor for CNBC, and I am thrilled to welcome you to the Small Business Social Series hosted by Bank of America. Now, today's topic is one for the ages, literally. We're exploring the generational differences between small business owners. So I want to talk about what kind of opportunities exist for younger generations and older generations to co-mentor each other, and also some tips on how they can do that more effectively. So Rob, why don't we kick things off with you?
Carol, every year we host a series of roundtables for small business owners across the country, and we consistently hear this notion of the need for mentoring and networking and developing relationships.
I think that's great, Rob. And I guess if you're going to one of these events, whether it be through Bank of America, through the Chamber, it's got to be important to mix and mingle, right? If you're somebody who's young, don't be afraid to go up to somebody who may not be of the same generation, which I think is a little bit of a tendency.
I think that's right, and so people have to they need to challenge themselves to get out of their comfort zone, and there's benefits for, the other generations to get to know the younger ones as well.
Dan, I know that you know a lot about how generations can work together. Can you weigh in here?
And that is so important. I think it's such a great takeaway is that whether it's Kickstarter, whether it's some other form, is that you have to put in the work. Just like anything else with entrepreneurship, it's not easy. There is no magic bullet. So you have to prepare to work and to work hard. And Dana, how long does it take usually when you're going out on a capital raise? What's the expectation other than 3 times longer than you think it should?
That is definitely true. For our companies, and these are ones we're already invested in, they have to go on and raise subsequent capital too.
I am thrilled to welcome you to the latest installment of the MasterCard Small Business Webinar Series. Now, today we're going to be talking about a topic that is near and dear to the hearts of every small business owner, and that is customer retention and how you can make your interactions with your customers positive every single time. I can tell you a statistic which, Ron, you actually shared with me from Harvard Business School, that customers on average spend 69% more with businesses where they have a perceived relationship. So that really frames how important this discussion is. So Ron, let's kick this off and talk about the framework for customer retention. Where are those successful businesses getting that framework right, and what should other small businesses be doing?
Hey, Carol, so when I first read that stat, I'm a bit of a skeptic. And it said that people will spend 69% more, not just because they shop more often, but they'll even pay a price premium. They'll pay more for the same thing. I'm like, well, I would never do that. That must be everyone else. But then I thought about it a bit further, and I do it all the time, and so do you.
All right, we are very short on time here, so just a few seconds left. Daphne, if you had one thing to leave a woman entrepreneur, whether she's a founder or on a management team, one piece of advice, wrap it up for us, what would that be?
It would be to never give up.
I'm Carol Roth, and I will see you next time.